Our topic is money and banks, and here's how it relates to economics. Money plays a big role in the economy that in the world that we live in today. Money or currency is constantly being spent, saved, earned in any given economy throughout the world today. When we think about economics, we think about money. That's a main factor that drives the economy, and wow, money is constantly circulating through the economy, being spent, being earned, or even being saved at times. Most economies, that's basically what money does. Money can be spent on things that are like needs or wants that the average person has. This money that is spent or on these wants and needs is usually earned through some sort of work. Many people in the economy today have jobs, and this is how they come up with their money. And even with this money that they earn from their jobs, they can constantly be either spending it or saving it or even investing it in future things down the road. The money earned by these people is very important to them. And with that being said, money has very many different factors to the economy, not only just these three.
Money has a direct effect on the economy, and it is its exchange that facilitates trade in goods and services. When there is an economic good that is in high demand, the price of that product will increase, and that is also known as inflation. Without the value of money, no such thing would exist, and most exchanges of goods and services would be at the rate of barter. With so much money today, the Federal Reserve measures the money supply, and it is also shown that nominal GDP tends to rise with overall money supply. So this means the more money supply there is in the country, and in theory, the more successful the country will be, thus projecting a better economy. Overall, an increase in the money supply should lower interest rates in the economy and lead to more consumption. But how do we regulate our money and give our money its value? We use banks, and without banks, paper currency would not exist, and if it did, there would be nothing to honor its value. Banks make it possible to measure the money supply, and they make it possible to give our money its value.
All right, so we've gone over money, and since money is the thing that's going to support a well-balanced economy the most, we got to go over how that money is stored and where that money is going to go. So people that earn their money through such a thing like a job or things like that, they're going to invest their money into a bank, into a savings account that's going to have a growth rate or an interest rate of about 1% to 2%. And then this is where the banks then turn around and borrow that money out to other people looking for loans, things such as home loans or for a car loan, things that you won't have that supply of money to pay for right away. Then the banks are going to issue out that loan at a higher interest rate. That way, if the loan isn't paid off, or even if it is paid off in time, they're going to receive a larger amount of money back than they actually loaned out. And this is how banks stay afloat, and this is how banks actually work and operate. And then the amount of money that goes into banks is regulated by the Federal Reserve. And a real-life example of how money in banks work. So I guess everybody in this class probably has a savings or a checking account through some bank across the country. And that money that you put into your savings or checking account isn't with you anymore. It's probably already been borrowed out to somebody else looking for a loan. But since you're invested with that bank and a member of that bank, you can then receive your supply of money whenever you need it because you have actually put that amount of money in your bank.